Good morning students, a warm welcome to all of you. I hope all after final exam and the declaration of the result you all are relaxed and confident enough to for your upcoming 10th class. Today we will discuss with a familiar topic with you, that is polynomial. Already you have learned few things about polynomial in your 9th class. In the 10th class, the same particular chapter has been upgraded with few of the things. You have to go forward and revise everything what you have learned in your 9th class. I know this particular chapter was taught to you around last April or June month. So, let us revise the topic, that is polynomial. Polynomial, where you can say any particular algebraic expression which is having a whole number as its exponent is said to be polynomial. We can't say that x raised to half is a polynomial. Can we? You already, this all has been taught to you, but still I want a revision of that particular part. Can we say this is a polynomial? No, because the exponent or the power which it is having is not a whole number. Whole number, for your information, are the number which starts from 0, 1, 2 and all the counting numbers. The fraction, or if it is a fraction or it is an integer. Polynomial, if I say if it is minus raised power x raised to minus 3, it is a negative integer. So, this particular part where x is to a power negative, it is not said to be a polynomial. If we go further with the things, like suppose I have written x to the power 2 plus 3x plus 7, which is a polynomial having degree 2. When we go forward, let us revise for that also, that how many types of polynomials are there. Polynomials are divided on the basis of degree and on the basis of terms. On the basis of degree, you know the things that if the polynomial is having a degree x to the power 1, then it is a linear polynomial. X to the power 2, it is a quadratic polynomial. And if we go for x to the power 3, it is a cubic polynomial. And further, one more polynomial which we can go forward is x to the power 4, which is said to be biquadratic polynomial. These are the polynomial on the basis of degree. Now, if we want on the basis of polynomial on the basis of terms. On the basis of term, if a single term is there, let us say 7x, only one term is there which is said to be monomial. If it is of two terms, 7x plus 3, binomial. It is of 3 term, 7x plus 3, 3y plus z, then it is trinomial, and more than 3 terms are said to be simply polynomial. This all things are being taught to you in 9th class. Now, when we go forward for our 10th class basis of polynomial, then we are having polynomials of the format ax square plus bx plus c is equal to 0. This is the general format of polynomial having power, quadratic polynomial. And in 10th class specifically, only quadratic polynomials are in your syllabus. So, when we go for a particular polynomial having this particular ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, in 10th when you come for this particular thing, it is a confusion for the students. It is even a quadratic equation where it is equated, and if we write as a polynomial, it will be p of x ax square plus bx plus c. When it is equal to 0, it turns, that particular polynomial turns to be a quadratic equation. Now, I hope you all remember that when I had given you x minus 1 is equal to 10, then for this linear polynomial we were having only one answer, that is 11. When I have given you x square minus 16 equals to 0, that was last year taught to you as zeros of the polynomial. X square is equal to 16, x is equal to square root of 16 and x is equal to plus or minus 4. When there is a power 2, the answer of that particular polynomial will be 2. If the power is 1, then the answer will be 1. So, according to the degree, the solutions are there present. So, when we go for further things, suppose I have given x square plus 7x plus 10. If this is a polynomial, by middle term splitting method, you are able to find out the factors of this. In 9th, they are told to be the factors or 0. The same thing in 10th, you have to find out the zeros of this polynomial. Zeros means solution of the polynomial. When the solutions are being found out, they are said to be 0. So, for this type where the power is 2, we know that there will be 2 solutions and both the solutions are said to be alpha and beta. Alpha and beta are said to be the solution of the quadratic polynomial. Now, this particular alpha and beta, which are the new terms for you, for that particular both the zeros, how they are related to the given polynomial. Let us see. Here, sum of the zeros is equal to minus b upon a. What is b and a? That also I will let you know. Alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. Now, let us come for this. Again, let us go back to our 9th class and remember all the terms. If you can recollect, compare this equation to ax square plus bx plus c. I hope you remember chapter number 4, where a, b and c were the terms which were of 2 variable. Here a is equal to the coefficient of x square, that is 1, b is equal to coefficient of x, that is 7, and c is equal to the constant term. So, we got the values of a, b and c. This particular values will be used with this particular equation, where we will get the sum of the 0 and product of the 0. This relation is said to be the relation of the zeros with the coefficient, where you yourself can find out whatever you have got the answer or the 0 is correct or not. You yourself can find out, no need that whether the checker will check or not. Before the checker, you can check your answer that whatever you have got is right or not. Let us do. You have to remember the formula. First, take out a, b and c, then a plus b is equal to minus b upon a alpha into beta is equal to c upon a. Let us solve one particular problem. Find out the zeros of the given polynomial and verify the relationship. P of x equals to x square minus 5x plus 6. First step should be to find out a, b and c. So, let us find. Here a is equal to 1, because x square does not have any figure. So, that particular thing, if nothing is there, I have told you 100 of times, it is 1. B is equal to minus 5, which is this, and c is equal to 6. So, we got the value of a, b and c. Now, let us go for alpha plus beta, which is equal to, before going for alpha plus beta, let us have it, let us find out the solution of this particular equation by middle term splitting method. Middle term splitting method, x square minus 5x plus 6 Let us find out by middle term splitting method. Middle term splitting method, you know that we have to find two factors of the last term, that it will by multiplication we will get the last term, product of the last and the first term, and by addition or subtraction we should get the middle term. For the factors of 6, we can have 3 2s are 6, 3 plus 2 will give us 5. Since it is negative, we have to take both the terms as negative. So, let us proceed. X square minus 3x minus 2x plus 6. Let us take out common. X minus 3, here x minus 3 minus 2, x minus 3 bracket x minus 2. This is the particular way that we have find out the factor. Now, if this is equated to 0, x, the value of x is 3, or the value of x is minus 3 and value of x is plus 2. This will be minus 3 will turn out to be plus 3 and minus 2 will be turn out to plus 2. So, these are the zeros of this particular polynomial. Now, let us verify these zeros with the coefficient what we had earlier done. Alpha plus beta is equal to minus b by a. Now, we are having this x as alpha 3 and beta is equal to 2 minus both are in positive number. Both are positive. Now, here we are having alpha as 3 plus 2 which is equal to 5. We have got alpha plus beta 5. Now, from this quadratic let us see whether the coefficient equate to 5 or not. Now, what is b here? Minus 5. Let us write it down, minus 5. What is the value of a? 1. So, that is also 5. Here we got 5 equals to 5. This is where LHS is equal to RHS. Let us verify another. Alpha into beta is equal to C by A. Now, alpha into beta 3 into 2. 3 multiply by 2 which will give you 6. Now, that is C by A. What is the value of C? 6 and A is 1. So, both the side we got 6 where we have verified the relation of the alpha or the zeros with the coefficient. This is the method where we find how to find out the zeros of the given polynomial and how to verify its relationship. This is the method where we can find out the zeros of the polynomial. Thank you.